This is Enough Said Sports.
Hey guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another college football matchup in the NCAA. Really excited about this season getting started and excited to be getting these videos back in. Really quick, guys, if you haven't joined us on Patreon and become a true fan of Enough Said Sports, please check us out. Get the aid that your bank account needs. It is in the description box below there. Also, guys, I'm rocking the Enough Said Sports t-shirt here. Get paid to watch sports. Please check us out on there as well. Thank you so much for all of those of you who have already purchased. For those of you who haven't, check us out. Get some cool merch. Really appreciate all the support there. And finally, we have an excellent partnership with BetUS, America's favorite sports book. Unbelievable. Love using them. This is the only sports book I will use going forward. So with all that being said, guys, let's get right into it. Here we've got a matchup. It's going to be on Thursday, September 2nd. The Boise State University Broncos against the UCF Black Knights down there in Central Florida. It's going to be September 2nd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. Spread in this one, UCF is actually favored by 4.5, and the over-under is 70. Now let's start with Boise State. They got new head coach, Andy Avalos. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Brian Harsin, longtime head coach for Boise State, left to go to Auburn. Andy Avalos, if for those of you who don't know much about him, got his start in major college football with the Boise State Broncos as a defensive assistant. Definitely had a huge influence on DeMarcus Lawrence. Also coached Leighton Vander Esch of the Dallas Cowboys now. So very, very cool. He was the defensive coordinator of the Oregon Ducks. Got there in 2018. When the defense was ranked 49th. And for those of you who don't know, Oregon has never been really known for their defense. He got them all the way up to 9th in the nation. So this guy knows his defense and knows how to coach it and does a very, very good job there. As far as quarterback, they got Hank Bachmeier coming back. He has been limited in past years. He hasn't been the full-time starter. This is his first year. He's going to be the full-time starter. He's also struggled with injuries in his history, but in limited time, he's completed 62% of his passes, 15 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Their offensive line is also very experienced: 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and 1 sophomore starting up front. And the defensive scheme that Coach Avalos likes to run is the 3-3-5 scheme. And for those of you who don't know, that is a very, very difficult scheme to throw the football against. And it's a very, very unique scheme, and it's a multiple scheme, meaning that they can line up in lots of different ways and be very, very confusing for their opponents. So Coach Avalos has done a good job with that scheme in his past, and I expect Boise to be much, much better on defense, and I expect the personality of this team to be a lot different than it has been in the past, where they've kind of had a mix between outscoring folks and playing some defense. I think they're going to be a very, very strong defensive team going forward with the new head coach. On the other side, UCF also has a new head coach, Gus Malzahn, coming from Auburn. As Josh Heupel left for the University of Tennessee following his athletic director over there. As you guys know, who've been watching college football, Gus Malzahn has been the head coach of Auburn for several years. Been very good in that role. They haven't won much, but they've been big time contenders each and every year for the most part. And I think they really upgraded as far as their head coach is concerned, in my opinion. They have returning Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, junior. He replaced the quarterback Milton, who was there before. He had a terrible leg injury, I think, back in 2017. And then he tried to come back a little bit last year, but he didn't end up panning out. Dylan Gabriel never gave the job back. Really good quarterback, 61 touchdowns to 11 interceptions career, 59.8% completion percentage. Very, very good quarterback. Offensive line is also pretty good, very experienced. 2 seniors, 2 juniors, 1 sophomore on that. And defensively, they run a traditional 4-down lineman, 3 linebacker look. And Gus Malzahn has been very successful with that in his past when he obviously coached the University of Auburn. Now, with that being said, when I look at this, guys, I think that these 2 teams are going to have very, very different personalities than what they've had in the past. I look at them across the board. I think these are 2 very, very evenly matched football teams. I think it's a toss-up as far as who's going to actually win the game. So I really like Boise to cover the 4.5 points. I'll take that. I think that is a very, very good pick or a good bet in this game. And then also I like the under 70. I think this game stays way under 70. These 2 head coaches do not typically play shootout type styles. I know Andy Avalos, this is his first time being a head coach on a major program, major college football. But him being as defensive minded as he is, I believe both of these teams are going to run the football with great regularity. And I don't think they're going to be throwing as much. UCF last year, for those of you who watched them, they would snap the ball about every 10 seconds or so. You're not going to see that with this offense at all. They're going to be more in a traditional style, running the play clock down. So I think they're going to keep points off the board. I do think that both teams will have some success, but I do think it's going to be a very much a defensive game and a very hard game. So to recap, guys, I got Boise State plus 4.5, and I have the game going total under 70 points. So as always, guys, thanks. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this pick. Really appreciate all the support. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you again really, really soon. Take care, guys. Thank you.